America, we are back, baby. I hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving. Welcome to Monday's episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. A little later than usual, but we're here, we're back, we're ready to go. I'm a little tired today. I've been traveling over the Thanksgiving weekend. I hope everyone was able to enjoy their Thanksgiving. I pre-recorded some videos for last week. Hope you guys enjoyed them. We are going to have a show full of updated news. I want to talk about Trump's plans for remigration. Let's get based. This is something that we could celebrate. Hopefully it actually happens. If this didn't happen and Trump was just blowing smoke up our asses, that would really suck. But we could hope. We'll talk about it a little bit today. We'll talk about Trump's proposed plan. I also want to talk about Bibi Netanyahu coming to make his, 5th, 10th, 50th visit to the United States since Trump has been president. Donald Trump and Bibi can't stop having their little sleepovers. And there's another one, and it comes right after Israel committed a few more war crimes that we're going to show you on the show today. We are going to show you the videos of these Israeli war crimes. Hopefully YouTube allows it. Hopefully they allow it. But we'll see. I also want to talk about Don Trump Jr. refusing to disavow Nick Fuentes. So not only did Donald Trump, not only did J.D. Vance, and now Don Jr. are all refusing to disavow Nick Fuentes. And you want to know why? Because they're feeling the Groyper squeeze. They know that if they disavow the America First movement and Nick Fuentes, that they will lose, and it will be embarrassing. It would be crazy how bad they would lose if they disavowed the America First movement, because we are the only people pushing to actually put Americans first. Donald Trump currently isn't. The administration isn't. People on the left definitely are not. And we are fighting for America over here. So we're going to talk about that today. We'll talk about Don Trump. We'll show the video of him refusing to disavow Nick Fuentes. And then we are also going to show a clip where Nick Fuentes is talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her little bitch fit she had. I don't know a better way to put it. She proved my point right in all her tweets. I say all the time that women should not be involved in politics at all. And a lot of people don't like that take. Some people do. I even know some women who agree with it. But Marjorie Taylor Greene proved it for the world to see why women should not be involved in politics. You can't have politicians who are only good 3 weeks out of the month. That's one reason. But again, they like attention. They act bitchy when they don't get their ways. They don't like to follow through on things. And I kind of liked Marjorie with some things, so it's really sad to see this the downfall of Marjorie Taylor Greene happening in real time, but we'll go over all that today. We'll have a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving weekends. I'm actually so exhausted after all the travel I did this weekend. It was a long few days of traveling, but it was so fun to see family. It was so fun to be able to spend some time relaxing, spend some time away from politics for a few days. It's nice to be back. I always get excited to do the Monday show. Monday shows are always a fun one. I always get excited to talk about all the stuff from over the weekend, and we definitely have a lot to talk about today, but it was really nice to get away for a few days, and I hope all my viewers were able to celebrate the holiday with their families, be thankful for all the things that God has presented within our lives, all the opportunities, the blessings, the health, all that stuff. It's very important to be thankful for all that, especially in times like this. So with that, we are going to get right into the show today. I do want to talk about this remigration a little bit. I do want to bring you guys over to the big screen for this. We're going to start here, and then we'll go into Donald Trump's long post he did on Thanksgiving about remigration. So Donald Trump is officially terminating temporary protected status for 353,000 Haitian immigrants. Let's fucking go. Again, we could only hope that this follows through. We know the liberals invented that the TACO acronym for Trump. Trump always chickens out, and it kind of seems to be true. You don't like to give the liberals credit a lot, but that one kind of seemed to play out. So Donald Trump loves to promise things, and then at the last second, let's be like, oh, no, I didn't say that. But we can hope that this one actually goes through, because why the fuck do we need the Haitians in this? What do the Haitians add to America? Seriously, what do they do for America? I don't think they do anything. Nothing positive, at least. And I'm not saying there's none of them who do anything positive, maybe a few. But it's the exception to the rule, not the rule itself. We don't need more Haitian immigrants. We don't need more immigrants as it is. I mean, America needs to remain America. And how do you keep America America? You do not bring in the entire third world into America. I mean, it's that fucking simple. You don't mass import people and replace the Americans who built this country, the ones who want to uphold the laws of this country. Because every H-1B they bring in, every single legal, illegal immigrant, all these things bring us further from the America we once knew and loved. And America's falling in real time. I mean, we are seeing American-born citizens not having children. And some of the people who are having children, they're not having a lot of them. The replacement rate is not good. We are mass importing all these immigrants who do not want to uphold American laws. I think it's only like 26 or 27% of all immigrants, legal and illegal, who come into America actually want to keep American laws the way they are. A lot of them are against free speech. They're against guns. They're against, certain things with women's rights. And maybe we can agree a little bit there. But we're kidding. But we can't have these people mass importing into our nation and replacing Americans and replacing our laws, replacing the things that keep America America. America was the land of the free because of the brave. America was the greatest land ever. And America recently has seemed like a country filled with political violence, mental illness, administrations who don't give a shit about us and shill for foreign nations and shill for immigrants, and shill to the lobbyists, shill to the Silicon Valley lobbyists, the Israel lobbyists of all different dimensions, sizes, sorts. So I'm very happy that we are most likely going to be removing and terminating the temporary protected status for over 350,000 Haitian immigrants. I mean, again, let's fucking go, Trump. We can give him props where it's due. I'm not the biggest Trump guy, as you guys know. I used to be, but Trump kind of sold out on America in a lot of ways. But this is a way to earn back America's trust a little bit. But the real way Donald Trump can earn back America's trust, to kind of go off topic for a second, would be the Epstein stuff. I mean, if Donald Trump just came forth, sat in the Oval Office, locked everyone else out because they would fucking, I don't know what they would do to him if he tried to get this information. I think we know what they would try to do to him if he tried to get this information out there. But if Donald Trump locked everyone else out of the Oval Office, sat down there, just him and a camera like me right here, and he was like, guys, this is what Epstein has on me. This is what's actually in the files. I know it's not great, but I'm going to be completely transparent. And he tells us everything. He tells us what they have on him, the blackmail, the reason he buried the files in the first place. I mean, that's how you get the trust of the American people back. Bury the Israel lobby, exonerate yourself. And again, some people might be like, like what the fuck? They have this on you, they have this on you, they have this on you. But Donald Trump, you would gain a lot of support from America First patriots for actually being fucking honest with us for once. And that's enough sidetracking for now. I've talked about that before. I want to keep going on. Like I said, I'm not feeling 100% today, so it's not going to be the longest show, but we are going to go through everything. And the Department of Homeland Security, I'm still a little skeptical of this account because we saw that it was made and based in Israel, apparently. So it's a little fucking weird, but they said the stakes have never been higher and the goal has never been more clear. Remigration now. We can agree with this statement. This is a statement we can all agree with. I mean, the mass deportations really aren't working. They're not getting enough deportations out of there. Now they're talking about remigration. Again, I'm for all of it. I'm for mass deportations. I'm for remigration. I'm for keeping America, America, a primarily white country, a Christian nation that is founded on Christian values, Christian morals, that actually upholds the Constitution, upholds American values, and supports American-born citizens like myself, Native Americans. So this is something we can support. I am still a little skeptical of this account, but, I like the tweet, so I figured I'd show you guys. And I want to show you guys this. This is Donald Trump's long message, as you can see, long message he gave. But we're going to read it really quick. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, and carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct. and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. Really quick, before we keep going on this, I just want to bring up something that Kristi Noem said. What was it, just last week, maybe a week and a half ago? She was like, we're never bringing in more immigrants in American history than right now. It's like really? Like, is that what we wanted? Did we ask for more immigrants? Is that what your voter base wanted, Trump, you think? Kristi Noem? Is that what we voted for? No, fuck you. And now he's like on here bitching about immigrants, which I'm not complaining about. I'm just calling out the hypocrisy when they're like, oh, we're never bringing in more immigrants than right now. And then they're like, we have all these immigrants on welfare. It's like, motherfucker, are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? Who's bringing in the immigrants? I get Biden brought in a lot of them. I understand that. I'm not questioning that. But so are you. So are you. You're literally the one who's like, we need 600,000 Chinese spies or else we will fail. Americans aren't good enough, is what him and Howard Lutnick said. Like, really? Really? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's very hypocritical, but I like the direction it's trending now. Hopefully, again, hopefully Trump doesn't taco this one. He doesn't chicken out. Hopefully. We can only hope, guys. I mean, we know Trump has a track record of just being kind of a pussy with these things. But they and their children are supported through massive payments from the patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning $30,000 with the green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II, failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits, etc. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. And I saw I didn't save it for the show today, but I saw a tweet that was like, Somalians are getting fed up with America and they might just leave. It's like, okay, go. Like, we should start a GoFundMe to, pay for the flights for the ones who want to, like, one-way flights, but pay for the flights for the people that want to leave. And all we ask is that they sign something saying that they won't come back. I would pay for 10 of those flights myself. I would put my whole next Spotify monetization check onto that, my entire next one. I would love for that to be the case, that we're just like, yeah, you guys want to go? Leave. But it doesn't seem like that's actually happening. I think it's just a popcorn headline. But Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and housing, hoping against hope that they will be left alone. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. See, again, we can agree with that. Tim Walz is a fucking retard. I don't feel bad saying it. Tim Walz was like, you have the right to use that word, but you shouldn't. It's like, you're a retard. Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Your kids are weird. You're a retard. Your whole state's a fucking disaster. You and Kamala Harris are both dumb as shit. Both retarded. But he goes, the seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressmen/women, why is that? Like, let's get the women out of Congress. Let's get the women out of politics, right, guys? In our country, Ilhan Omar, always rapping in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the USA illegally, in that you are not allowed to marry your brother. That's another thing. We have a sitting U.S. Congresswoman who married her brother to get into the country, and this has been known for years. I mean, we've been talking about Ilhan Omar marrying her brother for, 3 years now, 4 years now? Since well before Trump was in office, again. So why the fuck is she still in Congress? Why is it so hard to get a woman removed who blatantly violated the immigration laws and did something that, like, she married her fucking brother? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this country turning into when we have a Muslim woman, a Somali Muslim woman, speaking in her fucking, like, I don't even know what the fuck her bullshit ass language is. I think she speaks a couple of them. but speaking in her language, not English, to Americans. And then she married her brother to even get here, and we're just okay with this woman being in Congress? Like, first of all, we shouldn't have women in Congress. Second of all, we shouldn't have Somalians in Congress. Third, we shouldn't have people who married their fucking brother in Congress. Like, how is this so fucking hard to understand for some people? This is where I'm like, the liberals are retarded. Like, why did they get this bitch in there? To marry her brother does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated, when her place of origin is a decadent, backwards, and crime-ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools, etc. Even as we have progressed technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions for many. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the arguments surrounding immigration is like, oh, look at who started a lot of these big companies. It was all immigrants. It's like, first of all, it was a lot of immigrants who were taking money from Americans. If you don't think that Americans could have done it if they were getting the money, you're a fucking retard. And again, I'm not taking everything away from everything those people did, but you guys get my point. And secondly, he's right. It doesn't fix what has happened in America, that housing is too expensive. Like, the American dream is dead. It's dead. They want to tell you that the American dream is for an immigrant to come to this nation and then build fucking Google. No, that's not the American dream. The American dream is to be born in this fucking nation, to have kids, and to have a house in this nation, and to succeed in this nation. That's the American dream, and that is fucking dead. It is very, very hard to accomplish. He goes, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover. How about let's pause immigration fully? But we'll take the wins where we can get them. But like, how about we pause immigration all the way? Not just a little bit, not just from the third world nations. How about we just stop it as a whole? That would be nice. But we will take this win for now, where he's pausing it for all third world nations. I mean, we do not need third world immigrants coming into our fucking country. What does it do for America to bring in people who have no decency, decorum, don't understand English, don't understand the laws? They often rape, kill, and loot, all these terrible things. Who does it help to bring them into the nation? Nobody. Doesn't help anybody at all, except the liberals who want more voters. That's the only group it really helps. It does not help anybody else. But we're going to keep going on with this. Let's see. U.S. to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal emissions, including those signed by sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country. End all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens of our country. Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge security risk or non-compatible with Western civilization. These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a major reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through an unauthorized and illegal auto pen approval process. Only reverse migration can fully cure this situation. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those that hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long. Almost 80 million views on it. We can take this win and we can celebrate it for a bit. And we can use it to push for even more. Finally, Trump is like, fuck immigration. It's not helping anybody. Americans are pissed at it. I mean, Trump used to have Charlie Kirk in his ear for the youth. Charlie Kirk was the liaison, if you want to put it that way. He would talk to the youth and then talk to Trump and be like, this is what the youth wants. And now he doesn't have Charlie Kirk. Very sadly, the Kirk family had to spend the holidays without their father, without their husband, because of a rogue assassin that we're still investigating. But we now have different people in Trump's ear, and they're telling him America First is a real movement. It's a growing movement. It has millions and millions of young men in this country who are pissed off. They are upset. They want real change. They don't want the same old bullshit from the Republican establishment, from the GOP. They want to actually feel like they're valued in their own nation. They want the American dream to be alive. And I think that's one of the reasons that Trump did this. I mean, it probably also has to do with the terrorist attack we had in Washington, D.C. right before Thanksgiving. I was planning on talking about that today. I'm waiting to see if any more details do pop up on that. Maybe we'll touch on it tomorrow. And Nick Fuentes talked about it last week as well. So I'm sure most of you guys know, I'd be a little late talking about it on Monday when it was something that happened, I think, last Wednesday. But to go over it very briefly, there was a supposed terror attack in Washington, D.C., and the real question about it is, was it a terror attack or was it a false flag attack? I mean, it was someone who was, to my knowledge, a CIA asset in the Afghan war, and this seems to be a national in the nation who came in under Biden and received some form of citizenship under Donald Trump. They allegedly screamed Allahu Akbar before they committed the attack. That is alleged so far. It could be true. We don't exactly know what happened. We have a fairly good idea, but I want to wait for more information to come out because this is a hot button issue that, like I said, it could be a false flag attack to get us back into the Middle East, or it could be a real terror attack. Either way, it's awful. Either way, there were 2 National Guardsmen who were shot. One is deceased, and one woke up today and is starting to recover. They were West Virginia National Guardsmen, so it's really sad. I mean, it's sad for the entire country, but I lived in West Virginia for a bit. Beautiful, beautiful state. They need a little bit more money. It's a very poor state, but beautiful state, beautiful. I hold West Virginia close to my heart. I love that state. But yeah, I mean, we're going to wait to talk more about that. Like I said, there's some speculation that I want to get more information and evidence on before we really dive into it. We're going to keep moving on, though. I thought this was a great message from President Trump, though, on the reverse migration policies that are looking to happen. And it seems like Donald Trump already put in place a order to stop migration from 19 different third world nations. And it's like, again, those are rookie numbers. Let's get those fucking numbers up, Trump. 19, that's it. I want, 50. I want 100 countries on that. I want all of them on that list for now. Why do we need more immigrants in America? We don't. The only people immigrants really help are the politicians who use and abuse them and the employers who use and abuse them. Nobody actually wants the immigrants in this country besides the corporations. The politicians don't even really want them. They're just paid to want them. And the politicians are sluts. We talk about this all the time. They take money from corporate donors and they do what the corporate donors wants, like a slut. It's as simple as that. We're going to keep going on with the show. I want to go on to some, like I said in the beginning, we're going to talk about some Israeli war crimes. Not too graphic of videos, but a little bit. So for a younger audience, feel free to skip ahead, or if you want to indulge, feel free. But this is a leaked video that shows an IDF unit executing 2 unarmed Palestinians who had surrendered during a raid in the West Bank. We're gonna watch this quick clip where you see these 2 people unarmed. They even lift their shirts to show they're unarmed. They got their hands up. They get brought to their knees. They get executed. And these are war crimes that have been happening for years. I mean, way worse war crimes have been happening as well. We've documented a lot of them on this show. We've talked about a lot of them on this show. And I'm really hoping YouTube is okay with this. Not that I give a fuck about their opinion, but I hope they don't take the video down because of it. We know they deleted multiple channels who were documenting these war crimes before. You can see they're showing, we're not armed, we don't have anything on us. They're brought to their knees, hands up on their knees, brought down, boom. And we're funding this, by the way, guys. We're funding this. We're funding the terrorist state of Israel who is doing this. They're getting caught on camera doing it, and nobody's doing anything to fucking stop it at all. It's absolutely insane. That was weird. The camera cut out there for a second. We're back, though. We're back. Had a couple frames drop there, but we're back. We're back. But yeah, we're funding this terrorist state of Israel who is openly committing war crimes. It's absolutely fucking insane that Like, I know for a fact the president is seeing this, but they're not talking about it. I know the FBI, the CIA, I know all the people in the administration are seeing this. Are they talking about it? No. I know Laura Loomer saw this video. Is she talking about it? No. I know all the Zionists who are in my fucking comments and the Zionists on X, they all saw this video. Are they talking about it? No, they're ignoring it. They have very selective vision and hearing. A lot of them just don't like to acknowledge that Israel is a terrorist state who commits war crimes on United States taxpayer dollars. And that's what's happening. I mean, this is a blatant war crime. They executed 2 unarmed men. And then not only did they execute 2 unarmed men, they also executed 2 children. These children right here. And they got community noted on it. They go, ceasefire violation. IDF troops identified 2 suspects who crossed the yellow line, carried out suspicious activities, and approached the troops in southern Gaza, posing an immediate threat. The IAF eliminated the suspects to remove the threat. In another incident in the area, IDF troops identified a terrorist who crossed the yellow line and approached the troops, posing an immediate threat. The troops eliminated the terrorist to remove the threat. And then the community note goes, the suspects were children aged 11 and 8 years old. And they even cited their source. And then, like I showed you guys, these are the 2 suspects. I don't know why this fucking Ask Rock pop up. Like, I know if I want to fucking have the post explained, I could hit that button. It's been there for 6 months. Fuck off, X. But these are the 2 suspects that Israel murdered. Fidel, are you okay with this? If you're watching today, Fidel is one of the Israeli shills who watches the show. If you're watching today, Fidel, what do you think about this? What do you think about the video I showed? And then what do you think about this? Just curious on your fucking thoughts. Because this is fucking disgusting. Makes me sick to my stomach. And I saw this tweet. It's like, nowadays, unfortunately, kids in Gaza are raised to kill Jews. So yeah, sadly, those 2 poor kids are suspects. Like, that's fucking insane. To say that these kids just need to be killed. Like, that's fucking insane. That's a terrorist mentality. And this is also a school in Israel right here. This video down here. So it's like, who's really the fucked up ones? Just curious. Just curious. I'm not saying nothing bad happens in some of these Muslim countries and states, and I'm not saying that there's not anyone bad on the younger side or in general, but my point is, these were 2 children who got executed. They executed 2 unarmed men. They have committed countless war crimes. They were raping prisoners. They were shooting civilians waiting for aid. They starved civilians with the blockade for, 3-4 months or so? Israel is not a state we should be supporting. It is not a country at all who should get a dime of United States taxpayer dollars. If anything, we should make them our enemy. I mean, they don't help the United States at all. And then you have people like Laura Loomer who are getting press passes to sit in the fucking Pentagon. And that's absurd in itself because it's like, let's bring it back to the big screen for a second for this, but it's like, imagine this. You know, Laura Loomer says more grotesque things about Muslim countries than Nick Fuentes says about Israel. I mean, Laura Loomer says things that if Nick Fuentes said about Israel, he would be re-canceled again. They would remove his social media. They wouldn't even allow him on fucking Rumble for it. Laura Loomer is allowed to say these things, though, because of who owns the media. You know, the people who own the media tend to not like the Muslim countries. Laura Loomer now has a press pass to sit inside the Pentagon. She has an inside ear inside the Pentagon. But she says these grotesque, disgusting things. Like, imagine how up in arms people would be if they gave Nick Fuentes a pass to sit in the Pentagon. Imagine how crazy the reaction would be from the Zionist media. But nobody seems to give a shit when Laura Loomer, a mentally ill woman, and for anyone's like, who? She's not mentally ill. Look up her record. She has been committed multiple times. She literally is mentally ill. She cannot buy a gun. She is that mentally ill. She is so fucked up in the head. She's tried to kill herself multiple times. She's been committed multiple times. And this lady gets to sit in the Pentagon. And I'm not saying Nick Fuentes needs a Pentagon press pass. That's not my argument. My argument is, again, just to show the hypocrisy where it's like they'll let this woman sit there because they agree with her, but they won't let someone else sit there because they don't agree with them. But realistically, they're both criticizing foreign nations that we should not be allies with. So it's so fucking absurd in itself. Laura Loomer's a dumb bitch, and people afraid to call that out are just cowards and pussies. We're going to keep moving on. I'll bring you guys back to the big screen. I want to talk a little bit about James Fishback. We've talked about him before. I guess we're not going to go like crazy into it today. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going to happen. Hopefully, I'm going to go to one of his Q&As over the next couple weeks, and I'll try and film there as well. I'll try and get some content for you guys. I'll try and ask him some questions. If anyone has any questions they want me to ask him, let me know in the comments. I'll see if I can, if they're appropriate. But this is a politician that I want to support. I like James Fishback so far. I've liked what I've seen from him on his Instagram, his X, and his videos. I think he speaks for the American people in a lot of ways. And I'm in the state of Florida, so I would love to have a guy like him running the state of Florida. It would be awesome. But this is something that caught my eye, and I'm sure you guys will be interested in it as well. But after catching word that James Fishback, a critic of Israel, may launch an insurgent campaign for Florida's election, Miriam Adelson has begun raising money to retaliate against him. And then he goes, just a friendly reminder of who's bankrolling my opponent and his smear campaign against our campaign. Yeah, this is the same bitch who paid Trump $100 million to bomb Iran and to bury the Epstein files. This is the same bitch who Donald Trump said, are you America first or Israel first? And she was like, Israel. And this bitch is running politics. And if you're like, no, she's not. She's just a woman. Like, this bitch is controlling politics. Literally, Thomas Massey is getting primaried basically by her. I mean, Donald Trump is calling for it, but who's funding it? Miriam Adelson dumped $20 million into primarying Thomas Massey, one of the most pro-America people. And again, I don't agree with every position he has, but at the very least, he's a politician who wants to put Americans first, who wants the full transparency of the Epstein files, who is not going to shill for corporations and shill for foreign nations. That's what we should have in our politics. We shouldn't have cunts like Miriam Adelson who want to fucking destroy America from the inside. I mean, Miriam Adelson ran a degenerate casino and is now dumping dirty casino money that she got from gambling addicts, because casinos get most of their money from the addicts. So she exploited addicts to get their money and then uses that money to then control American politics against Americans' interests. It's fucked up. I mean, it's like, is this a Black Mirror episode or is this America still? I'm really fucking confused where we're at, because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, holy shit, is this real? I read a headline and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode. I feel like I'm being butt-fucked by Bibi Netanyahu. I feel like I'm being raped by Miriam Adelson. I feel like this entire thing is like a fucking game all around us, and they're just laughing at us from the outside. Like, that's really how I feel a lot. I feel like we are literally being raped, robbed, and looted of our sovereignty, of our individuality. I feel like we really don't have... I mean, America has a strong identity, but we're losing it over time because we have people like Miriam Adelson lobbying against America's interests. And we need to have these people prosecuted. People who want to influence American politics, who don't even support Americans first and who are dual citizens, should not be able to hold an American passport, one, and two, should be prosecuted. And it's like, did we hear Miriam Adelson talk about Tom Ordium Alexandrovich at all? I never heard it once, you know. I've heard her talk about how bad Thomas Massey is, Marjorie Taylor Greene, how Trump is the best friend to Israel, but I never heard her talk about the guy who worked directly under Bibi Netanyahu, one of the head of security or something in Israel, who came to America and in Las Vegas tried to meet a 15-year-old girl and got arrested and then was just handed back over to the Israeli government. I didn't hear her talk about that. Do you ever hear her talk about the war crimes? No, I don't think so. Do you ever hear her talk about why it wasn't in America's best interest to bomb Iran? No, you don't, because she fucking paid for it to happen. We're getting raped, robbed, and looted of our sovereignty. They don't give a shit about us. They don't care about what we want. They care about putting Israel first. That's all they give a shit about. They're using America. They're gonna drain us of everything we fucking have, and then eventually they'll stop it. And they'll be like, see, we gave you what you wanted. You don't have to give us money anymore. You don't have to give us weapons. And then they're gonna go try and kill every fucking Muslim in the Middle East. That's exactly what's going to happen. And you heard it. Probably not here first. Maybe you heard it from Nick. Maybe you heard it from other people. But maybe you heard it here first, so that could be a win for me. But I'm predicting that. That's my prediction. I mean, this woman is a cunt. There's no other better way to describe it than she's a see you next Tuesday. She's a cunt. She's a bitch. She's an asshole. I mean, this woman is not a real American. She's a delusional cunt. That's the best way to put it. And not even just delusional. She's a vindictive bitch. I mean, she literally preyed on addicts. Anyone who owns a casino in America, you're preying on addicts. That's what you're doing. You're preying on addicts. And even if you own a casino elsewhere, you're still preying on addicts. Because if you look up how casinos make their money, sure, they make a little bit of money from the average douchebag who goes to Vegas, blows a couple grand. But that's it's less than a penny to those fucking guys. Where they really make their money is the guys who are so fucking addicted to gambling, they're using their house as collateral, their wedding ring as collateral. They're fucking taking out casino credit, and they're not even realizing how far into debt they're going. That's how casinos make their money, on the addicts. And this woman preyed upon those addicts and then used that money to fuck Americans in the ass. And I'm not okay with it. I don't want my ass getting fucked by Israel. I don't want my ass getting fucked by Bibi Netanyahu and Miriam Adelson. I'm sorry. I don't want that. I'm a man who wants sovereignty. I'm a man who wants to support American values, put America first. And I don't want this bitch, this vindictive cunt, trying to rule American politics like she is. I mean, is that too much to fucking ask for, Trump? Seriously, is that too much to ask for, to not take money from this vindictive cunt? We're going to keep going on because I saw this as well, and it's like, again, are we in a Black Mirror episode? Is this the fucking Matrix? President Donald Trump has invited his best friend, his fuck buddy, Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu to the White House for a 5th visit in 10 months. 5th visit in 10 fucking... Like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Trump has invited Netanyahu to the White House roughly every 2 months since his inauguration. You know, it's weird. If you look at a lot of the timings of Bibi's visits, there, he visited, then we bombed Iran. He visited, and then the Epstein files were buried, Do you think something's going to happen soon? Do you think maybe it has to do with the potential false flag we saw in D.C.? Maybe, maybe not. Do you think it maybe has to do with the imminent war in Iran that seems to be happening any few weeks or months now? Maybe, and I think it most likely could be related to that. But this fucking war criminal, Bibi Netanyahu, who should be prosecuted, who will burn in hell one day, he is now coming to visit our commander-in-chief again. They're going to have a slumber party. Bibi's going to bend him over the fucking Oval Office desk. Maybe Trump will give him the old Bubba treatment and suck him off under the desk. We don't know. But this is fucking absurd that we have a foreign government who is basically a terrorist state, who we call our allies, who we fund to the tune of $4 billion, who the left and the right seem to be pretty aligned with. Like, we don't support this country. We don't see a benefit to being allies with Israel at all. It's weird that he keeps getting invited back and the government does nothing to stop it. And it has to do with 2 major things. One is APEC. APEC is paying American politicians to lobby for Israel. I mean, it's as simple as that. They want pro-Israel politicians, and they refuse to allow anybody who is not pro-Israel into our government. I mean, very few get in who are not pro-Israel, and the ones who do, they try and primary. And then beyond that, it's if you even question the loyalty that America has to Israel, if you're like, hey, why are we sending them $4 billion a year? Why are we giving them weapons? Why are we doing any of this? Like, what do they do for us? You're a dirty anti-Semite. You're a piece of shit. You're going to hell. You have no place in America. It's like, bitch, what? I have no place in America because I don't want to support a foreign nation thousands of miles and an ocean away? What? Are we living in the Matrix? Is this a Black Mirror episode? Like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Like, I feel like we're getting raped constantly. I feel like every time Americans just want to express their affection for America and be like, America needs to come first. They're like, you're an anti-Semite. The ADL said America first is an anti-Semitic slogan. It's like, bitch, what? America first, saying you want to put America first as an American is anti-Semitism now? What the fuck's not anti-Semitism at this point? If I go eat pizza rolls, is that anti-Semitic? If I go fucking walk my dog, am I being an anti-Semite? Like, what the fuck is not anti-Semitic if saying I want to put my home country first, if that's anti-Semitic? Because when they say they want Israel to come first, when the Israelites and Bibi Netanyahu and all the corrupt IDF soldiers who are committing these terrorist attacks say they want to put Israel first, no one's like, oh, you guys are anti-West, anti-America. No one says that to them. When you say you want to put America first over China, no one's like, oh, that's Chinese slur. Like, no one shits on you for that. No one shits on you for anything else when you shit on other countries except for Israel. Israel's the one country you cannot criticize in America without being a rogue anti-Semite, without having a label slapped on you for life and having articles written about you by the SPLC, by the ADL, by all these corrupt organizations. And APEC has this massive gaping loophole where not only are they not registered under FARA, which is crazy because they are a foreign lobbyist, what they also do is they don't always give the money themselves to the politicians. They get around that a lot because they realize that politicians who take money from APEC are getting more and more unfavorable. I mean, it's becoming pretty apparent in the nation that most of the youth does not support the Israel lobby. So what they do is they get these dual citizens in America who are with APEC, but they're not working for APEC, but billionaires who, again, are under APEC's umbrella, they get them to give them the money. So it's like, oh, it didn't come directly from APEC, it just came from this dual Israeli citizen who supports people like Tom Ordium Alexandrovich, the pedophile, supports people like Bibi Netanyahu, the war criminal, and Ehud Barak, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Like, it's fucking absurd that they're able to get away with this for so long. And it's like, this guy's coming back to America again. We know that's not good news. We know something bad is on the horizon whenever Bibi Netanyahu comes from Israel over to America. I do want to keep going on with our show. I want to show this clip because this is a win for America first in a lot of ways. So this is Don Jr. outright refusing to disavow Nick Fuentes.
Now you're starting to see some of the things in the alt-right fringe of the Nick Fuentes and the young Republican group chat that is racist and that is scary.
Really quick, I just want to say, because she brought up the young Republicans group chat, Gavin Wax is rat scum. That's all I wanted to say. That's the message. But Gavin Wax is rat scum and can never be trusted.
And sexist to an alarming degree. With someone like
women shouldn't be in politics, and that's not sexist. It's just saying women have value, men have value, and it's different things, Again, if women were as good as men in all the fucking things men do, then the NBA would be filled with women. We wouldn't have the WNBA. If they were as good as politics, then we wouldn't be going downhill as a fucking country when we started allowing women into politics.
Nick Fuentes.
Fucking simple.
And I'm wondering, you're seeing this kind of fracture of the left. I'm seeing people who are more moderate become alarmed. And people on the right are like, yeah, whatever, not a big deal. I'm here to tell you it's a big deal. And I think it's a big deal because all of those people that your dad invited in, Tulsi, Kennedy, myself, inadvertently, right? All of these more, Rogan, all of these more moderate people who fleed the crazy on the left are alarmed if the right doesn't disavow the Nick Fuenteses. And it doesn't mean, I'm not saying cancel Tucker Carlson. That is not what I'm saying. I wish Tucker had handled him differently. I have no problem saying that.
Shut up, bitch.
But I do think it's going to be a problem. And I'm wondering if you see it as a problem for the right in the midterms and in 2028. Because I think if this continues without it being fully condemned aggressively, I think you get Gavin Newsom for president, and I know what that looks like, and it's scary stuff.
You're retarded.
Yeah, listen, I'm a little torn on the issue. I think sometimes, having been canceled and having, for even common sense things, I'm not about cancel culture, but I think sometimes, I don't know that you have to platform everyone, but, let them sort of speak. And I think some of those radicals, they sort of give themselves up in many cases in their own things. And I'm good friends with Tucker, and I actually don't think he's really all that radical at all. I do see a lot of stuff that's sort of manufactured crises. I see a lot of sort of the neocon handles trying to create these conflicts to break it up because they want to go back to the old ways, not the America First ways. I do think that sort of social media and the way those things have been manipulated, and some of these, the stuff you're seeing even this week with, this account that's, America First is, driven out of, some country in the middle of nowhere. It's like they're actually trying to sow discord and create, a fight that probably really doesn't exist with the vast majority of people. I think, again, I'm sort of a free speech absolutist, but that doesn't mean there's not consequences to that speech. And if you hear some people speak and you don't like, it's like, man, I sort of feel like they almost cancel themselves, and not with censorship, but by people being like, okay, that's not even a reasonable position. We're just not going to listen to this person anymore.
And the thing is, people are listening to Nick Fuentes, and he's never been more fucking popular than ever. He's never been more popular than when people started fucking tuning in and being like, holy shit, this guy is right about literally almost everything.
And so I do think that's important because, again, I've seen what they try to do to so many people. I was one of the early guys calling out a lot of the censorship on Twitter. And they're like, well, how do you know? I was like, well, I know because yesterday I was getting 5,000 retweets a post. Today I'm getting 3. Not 3,000, 3, like single digits, 3. Like that's something happened, something changed. And so, I think we have to have conversations, even conversation we don't want to hear, or even conversations we think may be disgusting, and listen, and then people will make up their own minds, and they'll sort of, the way I look at it, you kind of vote with your wallet. You walk away from that, and you figure it out on your own.
I'm just deeply concerned that if there's a guy
who
says
bitch.
Women want to be raped, and
Oh,
somebody does not.
He's talking about how women want to have rough sex, not how women want to actually be raped. And there are studies to show that, like, I think it's like 50 or 60% of women have some form of like a rape fantasy. Not that they want to literally be raped, but that they have some form of sexual fetish or fantasy about the aggressive sex. So again, this is why you can't have dumb bitches in politics. Like, Exhibit A.
Say, this is not who we are as a party.
Shut up, bitch.
This is not conservatism. We find him repulsive. I'm telling you, it's
yeah. But I also think
you.
sometimes even acknowledging what you do, if you're going to acknowledge every person that says something ridiculous, all of a sudden you're just making them bigger in a way. Sometimes you just got to let the idiocy just go out there in the ether, and you can't respond to everything, right? Because it just becomes like clickbait, troll-worthy stuff, and everyone starts doing it, and everyone then starts taking their own bait, and and that's sort of what I was alluding to earlier with like some of the stuff going on right now. It's like everyone's just trying to like out radicalize themselves for clicks and this, and it's a bit nuts. And I don't think we do that as well at the left. The left sort of has their talking points, and they generally speaking stick to them, even if I disagree with them vehemently. We're a little different in that we are a lot more open. We do have a lot more different viewpoints. We don't just say, okay, well, the party says this, so we're going to go with this. We still have that discourse, and we have those disagreements, and we move on. And I do think a lot of that fracture that you're talking about is also, I think, a lot of it's just being created to actually try to break up that movement. I don't know that it's as real as it is, but it doesn't matter if millions of people are talking about it online because they think it's real or they think it's coming from a good place, and they think that this is an organic thing that's not a pay-to-play campaign. That is a little scary, and I think people have to wake up to some of that.
Outright refuses to disavow him. She basically begs for it twice. She's begging for it. She's begging for it. She's doing tricks on it, begging for it, like disavow him. We're gonna get Gavin Newsom. Bitch, shut up. Shut your fucking hole, bitch. That's what he did. He just turned to her and said, "Shut up, bitch. Go make him a sandwich." He didn't say that, but you guys get the point. This was a win for America First right here. And then I want to show this. This is Exhibit B of why women shouldn't be in politics. This is Nick Fuentes on his stream on Wednesday talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene having her little bitch fit that we're gonna hear him talk about it really quick. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Give me one moment. There we go.
Typical female meltdown. This is why you can't put women in politics. Thank you, Marjorie. I really should send her a thank you note. Thank you, Marjorie, for proving to everybody this is why you can't let women in politics, because they just cry.
Yep.
Because they just cry. When shit gets too hard, they just cry. And you can't cry in politics because we have to save our country. We need the police. We need the National Guard to break the backs of our enemies. And it turns out you can't cry. You can't just have an emotional crash out. You can't have an emotional bitch fest because you're upset. This is what happens. So Marjorie is on Twitter. Mike Cernovich, who I don't even like, left her a very innocent reply. He said, you should have continued and served out your full term.
Yep.
You should have finished what you started. And Marjorie launches this big screed She says, well, I should serve out my term. Why don't you run for Congress? That's what she says. You should get off your ass and run for Congress. I've been fighting so hard. She goes and she says, what do you want? You want me to die like Charlie Kirk? Is that what you want? You want me to get killed like Charlie Kirk? Are you kidding me? A congresswoman. To Mike Cernovich, all he said was, you really should have finished out your full term. It's only 2 years. That's not a long time. 2 years? You're halfway through. Just, hey, run through the finish line. Run through the first baseline. He said, just finish. She goes, why? You want me to get killed? Why don't you get off your ass? Stop being a keyboard warrior and put the phone down and you run. Oh my gosh. Women in politics. And the only thing that I regret is that I wasn't with other people. I wasn't with the men, so we could all kind of share the knowing glance, like, get a load of this psycho bitch crashing out. Get a load of the emotional meltdown. Oh boy, here we go. That's the only regret. I was like in bed on Twitter. Then it gets better. She comes back for more. She can't help herself. She comes back for seconds. She's a glutton. She's a woman of consumption. She comes back for more. She quote tweets her own tweet, her own crash out on a different account. On her official Congresswoman account, the second account, and she says, I'll say this in the nicest way I can. Fuck you. And then she launches into yet another tirade, this time directed at men specifically. She said, typical man, typical Republican man. You expect your dinner on the table, but I've been telling you that the trash hasn't been taken out and the dishes aren't clean. Then she closes it by saying, I'm going to tell you, Republican men, make your own dinner, asshole, and clean up when you're done.
You make me a dinner, bitch.
Okay. The Congresswoman from Georgia. Representative Greene. This is a sitting Congresswoman. She says, such a typical Republican man. Make your own dinner, ass, and clean up when you're done. It's like, oh my gosh. Thank you. Thanks. Christmas came early, man. Black Friday came early. What a gift to us misogynists. What a gift. Thank you. A gift to the misogynistic men in your life. Classic example of why you can't have any women in politics.
Yep.
Love it. Thanks, Marge. Seriously. You are the gift that keeps on giving. We love it. I really appreciate it. So.
Yeah, and she's calling out Republican men. Nick Fuentes brought this point up, but it's like, who voted her in? The Republican men. Who were her donors? The Republican men. It's like, ungrateful bitch. Ugh. And I liked a lot of Marjorie Taylor Greene's things. She was fighting for America first, but at the same time, we cannot have women in politics. I talk about this all the time. It's just not beneficial for America to have women in politics at all. No one can come up with a real argument on why it's beneficial. They can be like, oh, because we're all equal. It's like, okay, but how do they benefit politics? You didn't answer that part. You forgot to answer that part when you just said we're all equal. That's the only fucking thing I ever hear about it. There's one more quick clip relating to Nick Fuentes I wanted to show you guys, and then we just have a couple other just on the fringe things I wanted to show you guys before we go to our comments. I said it's not going to be a crazy long show, and it's going to be the normal time, like an hour. Well, and then we're going to do comments after, but it is a quick clip. This is something I'm excited for. This upcoming Wednesday.
I spoke with Nick Fuentes today. I call him. He's like, Aiden, what's the purpose of the stream? It's like, Nick, we're going to be running a prison. I want you to run it. He's like, are you sure? You're the Jew or whatever. You're going to be owning your own warehouse. No, but I was like, Nick, I think you should be the warden. You should be the one that interrogates all of the criminals, and you should be the warden. I want you to be the warden. So Nick Fuentes will be the warden for the prison stream, all right? Confirmed.
Let's go.
He's locked in.
That's hilarious.
I told Nick, I said, do you want me to connect you with my travel agent to book your flights, hotel? He smiled at me, and I said, you know what? If you're not comfortable, I'll just send you the money. Book your flights and hotel, and I'll send you the money. I don't think he trusts me. I think he thinks I'm going to backdoor him. It's okay. I even asked, Nick, if you want some security, I could give you my security. All right, anyways, though. So Nick is confirmed coming. Nick is coming to the prison stream. Wednesday, December 3rd. Academics is there as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, bro. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited. I like Nick. I told Nick, and I speak to Nick a lot. I like Nick a lot. I really do like the guy. I think he's a great guy. I think he's very clean cut,
Based.
and I respect the guy. All right, so I'm all for Nick.
Nick will be the warden on a prison stream soon. That's That's pretty funny. That's something we could be excited for. I'm excited over that. I just want to show you guys that while we were on the Nick topic. We're going to go on to our last few things. I want to talk about this. We did a long episode about black crime, so we're not going to talk about this for a long time because you guys know the fucking deal. Too many violent people in this nation. Too many violent people in one specific demographic. But Zontavious Walker, like what kind of a fucking Zontavious? What kind of a fucking name is that? Was arrested for murder after he killed a man by shooting into the home of a mother and her infant. Walker has 19 previous arrests. So this person, a super predator, had 19 arrests, was let out 19 times, only to then go kill somebody again. At what point do we start not only holding these people accountable, but holding the judges accountable who let this rogue super predator out 19 fucking times? Like, how many people have to die before they're like, okay, we're gonna hold judges accountable who keep releasing criminals back into society who refuse to actually assimilate into society and are still rogue criminals? Like, how long until we just decide, like, oh, we're going to put these people in jail for life, not let them out 19 times, and then only put them in jail for life when they kill somebody? Because, again, this year alone, this is like the 15th one who has been let out of jail multiple times, you know, if not dozens of times, and then killed somebody or committed some form of a heinous act. And it's like, I don't feel fucking safe in my nation. There's one specific demographic who is heavily contributing to this, and it's not the entire demographic. It's really just, like, when you think about it, we talk about the 13% a lot, but realistically, it's more like 6%, and it's the men. You know, it's not really the women who are committing the murders. It's not the black women. It's mainly the black men who are doing this. And it's, again, not all of them, but there is a massive part of the black youth who is very involved in criminal-like behaviors, and if we don't stop it, it's only going to get worse. We're only encouraging it if we don't stop it. So that's really fucked up. This happened. We're going to pray for the family. And it's very sad that someone was murdered by this super predator right here. And all we can hope for now with this person is that they are put in jail for life, or they are given the death penalty. And we can hope that the judges who allowed this super predator out 19 times, that they are convicted themselves and held accountable, and that the judge has to pay restitution along with this person to the family, because this is very sad and fucked up. I saw this, and this was like, what the fuck is going on? I have this, and I have one other small thing to show you, and the last thing's not even that important. It's just kind of a funny video. But there's a TikTok influencer right now who is walking around handing out fucking knives to homeless people, and somehow TikTok's like, I got a ban on TikTok for saying they didn't even tell me what I got a ban for, if I'm being honest. I was criticizing Israel on my TikTok, and I always remained within the guidelines. I had 0 strikes on my account, 0 strikes at all, and then I got a permanent ban with no chance to appeal, and I got banned on TikTok. I can't even have an account, and this person is allowed to do this on TikTok somehow, and they get monetized for it.
Can I get one more?
Gotta mute it because the fucking music. I'm not getting copyrighted on this video. This guy just walks around doing this, and it's okay somehow. How many more people are gonna die because of this guy right here? I mean, I'm not saying these guys would have no access to fucking, like, anyone can walk into a Publix or a Walmart or, like, you know, local grocery store, hardware store, wherever the fuck can buy a knife or a machete of some sorts. But it's like, why the fuck is this guy walking around in the hood handing them out to fucking homeless people? Like, who does that benefit? It's insane that TikTok is promoting that behavior. Last thing I wanted to show you is just this short clip. This is of Kim Kardashian, and again, I hate this dumb bitch. But this is a video just proving a lot of the things I say about her, that she's a retard.
What are those holes?
Yeah, I don't like that. So what the holes mean is low activity. Compared to this one, the front part of your brain is less active than it should be. With the frontal lobes as they work now, it would be harder to manage stress. And that's not good for you, especially as you're studying and you're getting ready to take the boards.
That just can't be. It just can't. Not accepting.
I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting what the doctor told me. Apparently, I have low brain activity. Apparently, I'm a retard. But I'm just not going to accept it. Again, classic women delusion. Kim Kardashian's a dumb bitch. We all know it. We all know Kim Kardashian's a dumb bitch. That's been the entire show for the day, guys. I am going to go into our comments for the day. We got a good amount of comments to get to because we have the comments from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the comments that came in today. We're going to be reading all of them on today's show. I might zip through some of them depending on how good they are. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not feeling too hot today. A lot of traveling, very tired, very exhausted. My throat's a little, a little hurting, but it's been a good show, I think. I had a fun show today. I had fun doing it, We talked about remigration. We talked about Bibi Netanyahu and Trump We talked about Don Jr. refusing to disavow Nick. We talked about the Israeli war crimes, and we talked about why women should not be in politics at all. I want to remind everyone to like and smash the follow button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. We read all comments at the end of the show. Remember to join our Telegram channel. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify as well. But let me get our comments pulled up here. Give me one moment. Gotta close out some tabs here. Here we go. Got it all pulled up here. Let's see. Let's get our first comment going. We'll start with Spotify, and then we will go over to YouTube and Rumble. We don't get a lot on YouTube and Rumble. I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube. Rumble's hard to grow on. But Spotify, we're doing numbers on. People are loving the Spotify show.
Tucker is exactly what every American needs to be. A proud, informed American demanding change. God bless Tucker Carlson. If chosen people harm a hair on his head, it's truly over for their reign over America. Inspires me to save my own fake and gay coward of a country we all call Canada and write thy book of Nickelodeons after it's rid of pedo foreign supporting politicians. The time to get active is now.
Based. Yeah, when you write the book, I'll trade you a copy of my book for a copy of your book. I'll be very excited to read. Very excited to read it. And yeah, Canada needs saving. Canada needs a little taste of freedom for sure. And Tucker, again, I disagree with certain things, but for the most part, I love that Tucker is one of the biggest voices supporting America first. I don't like some of the things he says about Nick here and there, but I like Tucker. We can very much support Tucker. That's a comment regarding my Tucker Carlson reaction stream I did on Friday. Thank you for your comment.
The dude is so unintelligent. He says a bunch of taking points like let's not pay our credit card, didn't give money to Israel, it's the government fault that you can't buy a house, instead of saying how much problems look inward and realize that you're a moaning bitch because you got fired from Fox.
You're a fucking idiot. Him getting fired from Fox is the best thing that ever happened to him, first of all. Second thing, his point about the banks is not a bad idea, where it's like, bring the banks to their knees, like he said. Like, that's not, like, look at what our founders did. Go fuck yourself. And yeah, it is a lot of the government's fault that people can't afford houses. It is the government's responsibility to keep the American dream alive, to provide a country that supports the citizens, not foreigners. And right now we're supporting foreign nations, foreign governments, and foreign nationals are buying our houses. Immigrants are all over our fucking country. We have like upwards of 100 million immigrants in this fucking country. Yeah, we don't fucking need that. You're a fucking idiot, Fidel. That was Fidel.
The clash of ideologies, ethno-supremacy, and all else. The veil has fallen. It's spiritual warfare.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it is.
Go Max.
I'm not exactly sure who you're talking about, if I'm being honest. Max who?
Tucker is a master of smart-ass sarcasm. I've listened to him since I graduated college back in 2008. He has also always looked like a timeless frat boy even in those days.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a Chad for sure. He is good with this sarcasm. I do like that. I appreciate it a lot. We saw it a lot in the Ted Cruz interview. That was a fucking great one. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your support of the show.
Any opinion on the rise in support for Israel in the UK?
Let me play the whole thread.
You mean the rise of criticism of Islam? I wish, but I don't think that will happen anytime soon.
I don't know as much about UK politics as I do American. But yeah, I'm sure that countries and governments around the country who work a little bit with the United States, they have to have some form of support for Israel, which is, it's crazy the way it works. And then the other guy, you mean the rise of criticism of Islam? Yeah, why shouldn't they be criticizing Islam? Why they should also be able to criticize Israel, but there's no fucking free speech over there. It's a shithole over there. They don't have free speech. There's no fucking. The citizens don't hold any fucking power. Here's another dumbass comment by Fidel.
I can bring your proof that Epstein was not a Mossad agent because Netanyahu said people are allowed to ask if he is tied to Israel. He wouldn't say that if he would be tied to Israel.
The Epstein files are held in Israel. He could literally clear his fucking name out of them, clear anything involving Israel, and then be like, see, we're innocent. Like, you're a fucking retard, and you're so easily propagandized. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to call you a retard, Fidel, but you are legitimately a retard. I've met retards smarter than you, actually. It'd be insulting to retards to call you a retard. I'm not even kidding. You are so fucking stupid. You are insanely fucking dumb. It's actually crazy. Like, Epstein used to have Ehud Barak living with him, basically. The former prime minister of Israel and head of Mossad. Fuck off, you retard. Like, I'm so sick and tired of listening to your dumbass fucking comments sometimes.
You can't have it both ways. Either Bibi is Israel or he's not. You can always blame it on them even if Bibi is not part.
Dude. You're so fucking stupid. Bibi's not all of Israel. He is just the current prime minister of Israel and a corrupt terrorist war criminal. Like, again, you're a fucking idiot.
It could just be a tie to Ehud and not Israel in general.
Yeah, he's just hanging out with the chief of Mossad and prime minister of Israel. And he's a dual citizen. And he was wearing IDF sweatshirts. And he was involved in Israeli politics. Like, you guys are... The people commenting shit like that, you're fucking retarded. It's actually insane how retarded some of you are.
Well said, dude. I find myself being pulled closer to Christ every time I listen to you.
Let's go.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, your family, and all your listeners.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I did have a good Thanksgiving. I hope you did as well. And coming closer to Christ, that's what this is about over everything. We want to save America. We want to bring people closer to Christ. The only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ. That's why Fidel's not going to go to heaven, because he refuses to accept Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. Yeah, but again, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I know it's a little late now, but hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope all my listeners had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for that beautiful message. It's a nice message to hear after reading the retards before you.
Beautiful message.
Thank you, sweetheart. I always appreciate your support. Always appreciate you. Thank you.
Remind a guy from Scotland what Thanksgiving was about. Something about native-born Americans helping immigrants? Or something like that?
You're retarded. The one thing, it was settlers. Second thing, they assimilated. That's what they were fucking celebrating, basically. They figured out, they assimilated by learning things from them, and they assimilated by growing crops, food, etc., and they took 3 days off to celebrate. Tell me how the Somalians and Haitians and all these third world fucking immigrants in our country are assimilating. I'd love to hear it. Like, shut the fuck up. Guy from Scotland. Shut up, bitch.
Nice show, my fave besides Nick.
Thank you. I mean, that's a huge compliment. Thank you. Thank you. He's been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing it for 11 months. So I appreciate that. We're only going to get better over time. So thank you.
Can your tongue get up Nick's ass any further?
Probably.
Retard.
You're calling me a retard? Go fuck yourself, cunt. How about that?
We need to find out where the gangbanger thug ideology came from or who created it. I have a feeling it was a psyop probably created by the Jews, but I can't be 100%, but the whole ghetto thing kind of tells you otherwise, trying to relay oppression. With the Holocaust, it most likely didn't happen the way that we've been taught.
I hope that doesn't get flagged by the AI. Let's see. Let me go. We need. Yeah, a lot of it just comes from the culture. A lot of it comes from the IQ differences, which like that's just biology. That's just genetics. It's crazy to think that like there are very big differences, but then the media refuses to accept that there's also IQ differences. There is. It's clear that there's IQ differences. There's also culture problems as well, but there is IQ differences. That's a big part of it. And there's I'll talk about it tomorrow on the show because I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but there is a certain gene that a lot of that young black men are more likely to have, and that gene specifically makes people more prone to anger. And it's not something that they all have, but it's something that they are more likely to have, the young men. So I'll talk about that a little tomorrow. I forget exactly what it's called off the top of my head, though.
Eat the rich.
Okay, shut up.
Thank you, brother. Praying for you and your family. Christ is King.
Christ is King. Thank you. I will pray for you and your family as well. Appreciate you supporting the show always. Thank you.
Nice message.
Thank you. That was to my Thanksgiving message. I thought I gave a good message there. Let's see. Next comment.
I find it amazing. A Christian platform, where you hear vile expressions of all sorts. Can't you raise the bar on the language? Maybe that's beyond your ability. You're quick to throw people under the bus. That's not impressive. Maybe this isn't the podcast I felt it was initially. Let's see what happens from here. All in all, kindly tone down the expressive language. It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt who? Me? Like, I don't write scripts. I just speak. Again, I'm the era who grew up with the fucking COD lobbies. I'm the era who grew up with the internet. This is how a lot of us speak. I get what you're saying a little bit. Not everyone loves the cursing, but I'm going to guess you're a little older. I'm going to guess you're not Gen Z, maybe not even millennial by your fucking comment. But I appreciate you watching the show. Thanks.
I think rap music is a lot of the issue with violence in black culture. With no father in the picture, the man doing the rapping becomes the role model.
That's part of it for sure. It's also single moms, less likely to discipline. Again, a lot of it's IQ differences as well. People just don't want to talk about that, but a lot of it's IQ differences for sure. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate the support.
In James we trust. And dear little 8-pound 6-ounce baby Jesus don't even know a word yet, we trust too.
Oh yeah, we trust in Christ. Thank you for trusting in me. I'll always stay honest. I'm never going to take money from these cunts. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to stay honest on this show. Always and forever. And yeah, Christ is King. We will always trust in Jesus Christ. And as long as we have Jesus Christ on our side, we won't lose. That's the beauty of it. We won't lose. We can't lose. We have Jesus Christ on our side. There might be uphill battles. There might be times we stutter a little. There might be times we fall short. But we will never fucking lose. We will win. Thank you for your support.
That's not DeCarlos Brown in that video getting a life sentence.
Did I get that wrong last week? If I got that wrong, I'll check that tonight. If I got it wrong, I'll issue a retraction on that part tomorrow. Thank you for letting me know. I thought it would look just like him.
Hey brother, my country is on fire. Immigrants raping our women. Politicians selling us out left, right, and center. My question is, what color golf shoes do you suggest? I am kidding, man. Sports ball in 2025 is the Roman circus. It's the Matrix. I get having fun. But are you paying attention, Neo? Or are you looking at the woman in the red dress? God bless you though, brother. I am 30 years old, so in due time I believe you will see this truth as well. P.S. Christian is a queer Israeli shill.
I agree with the last part for sure. I get a little the insinuation that, you know, sports are goy slop, but I like them. I mean, I grew up on watching football, watching UFC. I like them both. And it's like, I don't know, if I take like a couple hours out of my night on a Saturday night to watch UFC, I don't think that's distracting me from the cause. And if I support the fucking birds on Sunday, that's not distracting me from the cause. I'm still fucking locked in. I'm locked and loaded, baby. I'm ready to go. I get what you're saying, though. Some people hyper obsess over certain things, and I could see that being a distraction. I get what you're saying. I appreciate your support. That's a funny message. What color golf shoes should I get? Not white.
Like how you're attempting to make queer and Israeli slurs.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh. Shut the fuck up.
Pride person, you are just a lil sassball, huh? It's too bad these guys are saying such bad words.
Yeah, get the fuck over the bad words.
Okay, I'm sick and tired of bullshit. I'm blocking your ass, Qatari spy.
Like, fuck off. Like, I'm blocking your ass, Qatari spy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know, it's always with the it's always with the you're a Qatari spy. No, fuck off. Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot.
You little piece shit Templar, go to hell.
Dude, stop seething. You're in a comment section. Relax. Fuck it. Drink some water.
Christian Fight for Me charity. IDGAF, if you are 16 or 60, you are talking like a grown man and you are old enough to bleed as far as Jesus Christ is concerned.
Hype me for charity. That'd be should we run charity fights? I would be down to do that. I would love it. I would participate. I love I train MMA, so it'd be fun.
Pride person. If I wanted advice from a pedophile, I would have went to an LGBTQ parade.
Pretty sure the pride person's like fucking 13 or something, but which is also crazy young to be that indoctrinated full of what are you in fucking 7th or 8th grade when you're 13? It's crazy.
I don't think he is necessarily pedo, but that's still pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
Also, I have no idea what you meant when responding to me.
He's saying fight him for charity. He's challenging you to a friendly exhibition match for charity. Pretty easy to understand.
I'm 13, you dumbass, and cool. No one is a fucking pedophile just because they're LGBTQ and it's a pride parade. Oh, and I don't care what you think of me. I'm just a little faggot wanting to be happy.
At least you can admit it. At least you can admit it, right?
Love the response, brother, and thank you for being respectful about it. I agree, being intoxicated in any facet is sinful. I'll put the weed down. It's just a matter of when. Also, what do you think about professional sports being goy slop? I've always loved playing and watching baseball, but since being so-called black-pilled, I can't look at it as anything other than bread and circus to distract the masses. Not an original take. Just wanna know your thoughts since you said you enjoy UFC.
I think sports are good. I mean, they're good to play. It's a good discipline to learn in a lot of ways. I think hyper obsessing over anything is not great. But again, like, having a guilty pleasure is not bad. Like, if you enjoy watching baseball, don't not watch baseball because some fucking douchebag on the internet's like, it's goy slop. Like, that's, again, don't make it your entire fucking life. Don't distract yourself from the bigger picture. But, dude, like, you're okay to watch some baseball if you like it. I like UFC. I like football. I enjoy it. You're a good guy, too. I crashed out on you a little bit in the last episode, and it wasn't even because of you. I was just fucking so annoyed with the other people who I was responding to. So, thank you for acknowledging that part in the beginning. And yeah, I get it. Again, I used to be addicted to weed in the past, so I really get it. It's tricky. And especially, like, sleeping becomes fucking... You don't sleep when you stop for a bit. You know, you gotta like take melatonin or fucking just raw dog it out. So I get it. It's tricky, but it is better to not be intoxicated. It's about that over everything else. It's about just intoxication is sinful. Like, it's not sinful to have a little glass of wine here and there if you're not getting fucked up. But it's really hard to smoke weed and not get high. I mean, that's, as someone who used to smoke a lot of weed, like, that's very hard to do. So I appreciate your respectful comment back as well. Thank you for being a fan of the show.
People get this wrong. It's not snitching if you are civilian, if you're in the streets and you telling someone that snitching if you work a regular 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock and you call the cops on someone, you're just a productive member of society, a civilian.
It's not like, again, the idea of like it's snitching no matter what, but the idea of like snitching being a bad thing is the problem. Like snitching is a good thing. If you, as long as you're not like snitching on your like friends in high school over like doing something retarded that's not illegal. You know what I mean? That's kind of fucking, that's weak. But it's like if you're like, oh, I'm not gonna snitch on this guy who committed a crime because it's the code of the streets. It's like, okay, you're just a retard. Like you're just a fucking idiot, and you're empowering the criminals.
Have you seen Occupied? It's a documentary by Stu Peters on Rumble.
No, I haven't. I'll check it out though. Thank you for your comment.
I'm not even ashamed to call myself a racist anymore. I've tried so hard not to hate these people, but it's damn near impossible. The good ones refuse to call the bad ones out, so they're literally just as much to blame as the bad ones. Also, that 13% number is very skewed. 6.5% are men, and about 40% of those are between 13 and 35. So that 13% number should be dropped to about 2.5 to 3% that are causing all the problems.
Yeah, you're right about that last part. The only part you shouldn't hate. I get what you're saying. Dislike, call them out, but hate is bad. Hate is bad for the soul, bad for the heart, sinful. That's the only part I disagree with. But I get your overall message. I'm not trying to water that down. I'm just trying to give my advice into it as well, where it's like we should dislike, not hate. But yeah, I completely agree.
Wow, just fucking wow. A plain all Nazi right here.
You're retarded. Shut the fuck up. That was Pride Person.
Pride Person has to be a troll.
Yeah. Pride Person's just a fucking idiot.
I don't agree with calling him that. Am I supposed to worry about being called a Nazi? Because I'm not. I'm not worried about anything you people call me.
Exactly. Yep, labels are just fucking bullshit at this point.
I will say though we shouldn't generalize because my neighbors are black and are very quiet and well behaved.
Yeah, we don't generalize. I say all the fucking time, and even he said it's not fucking all of them. It's like 2 to 3%. Like, shut the... See, when you hit somebody, you want to use all forward momentum, rotate forward momentum. Just want to fucking...
What a bunch of Nazis and racists.
Great, shut the fuck up, bitch. You're like a kid. I shouldn't be cursing at you. But shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. You're annoying.
I'm not racist.
Who fucking cares? Like, why are you justifying yourself to a 13-year-old? Just shut up. Shut up. It's a fucking kid. They're retarded. They are a kid. They have to ask their mom for lunch money, and you're justifying yourself to this person? Like, shut up.
I agree in theory to have the death penalty, but in practice it doesn't work because when a judge is politicized and someone gets killed because some politician has too much power and it's a black person, the country will burn down.
I think we should have the death penalty. And it would work if we didn't have a corrupt government and we didn't have these corrupt judges. Corrupt judges are a huge problem. They are a massive fucking issue. What it takes to become a judge, it's actually like crazy when you look at the process.
UFC enjoyer, who's your favorite?
Got a few. Bryce Mitchell, Sean Strickland, probably my favorite. It sucks when you realize that all your favorite fighters are becoming a little washed up, and that's most of mine. I have a couple of guys who are still upcoming that I like a lot, but Bryce Mitchell, Sean Strickland. Dana White set Bryce Mitchell up to fail, though, because Dana White didn't like his podcast, which, I thought he should have left that part out of it. Like, that shouldn't involve his fights, but he set him up to lose that fight because he put him in a fight he wouldn't have won because he didn't like his show, and that's crazy. Obviously, you got to respect John Bones Jones. The guy is beast, but not one of my favorites, but you just got to respect him. Chael Sonnen's funny old guy. Patty Pimblett, I'm a big fan of. Patty the Batty. Love Patty the Batty. He's got a huge fight versus Justin Gaethje on what is it, January 24th, and that's a pretty big card too because Sean O'Malley's fight, Sugar Sean is fighting on that one. I don't really love Sean O'Malley as a person, but I like him. I like watching him fight. He's a good guy to watch. Those are probably my favorites. You gotta respect Peter Yan. Oh, Max Holloway. Max Holloway, definitely. The BMF. Max Holloway, the baddest motherfucker. I mean, Max Holloway is just a fucking dog. Like, just the fucking head dodges when he's like, I'm the best fucking boxer. He puts his hands to his side, dodges 20 punches. When he points to the fucking center and he just says, no blocks, let's go. Like, men, you know, that's exciting to see. So, that's a good, I like that question. UFC, yeah, I definitely enjoy UFC. I enjoy watching it. Someone sent a link on this one. I'm not going to have it read the link out, but maybe we'll play the link, actually, after I read the comment. Because someone was like, Nick Fuentes is racist.
Compilation of Nick Fuentes proving he's racist and sexist.
All right, should we watch it? Should we watch it on the show, guys? Should we watch it? Should we watch it?
Roasty? Yeah.
There's just going to be clips out of context, but we'll watch it for a second.
Roasty? Yeah, sorry, pea-brain woman. Maybe that's why you should focus more on 2 slices of bread, peanut butter, and jelly than political commentary. Maybe you should leave that to the big brain men. The jail. That's what made me a statist.
It's a, what? How could you say it's not desirable that we have different people living here together in harmony? Like, why do you want that? Why is that a good thing?
Then the dominoes start to fall. What if they were men? Would they be acting the same way? And then I think, well, what if there were no women in Congress? And then I think, what if women didn't even vote for Congress? What if they didn't even vote for president? And then,
yeah, repeal the 19th. I agree.
I think, what kind of a world would we live in? You know, and then I start doing research. I start looking at the numbers. I start looking at, you know, what would the 2016 election look like if only men voted? And then I look at 2012 and 2008, and I look at every election for the past 40 years. And then I control for other factors like race and other things.
When Spencer called me out, he said, Nick, why don't you just leave the alt-right?
Would you say that me having sex with my dog is the same thing as me having sex with a black man?
No. But they would both be degenerate. And then I think, man, it seems like if we shrank the suffrage, if we shrank enfranchisement in terms of the vote, back to what it used to be, white property-owning men, we retards.
Just find a white girlfriend. The real right is race mixing.
Plenty of people who disagree with me and who are critical of Israel and are not anti-Semitic. There are plenty of people who disagree with me on all the aforementioned issues. I've mentioned some of their names, and that is perfectly fine. If you want to discuss Nick Fuentes specifically, I suggest, again, you go back and you look at his videos. I suggest that you go back and you look at videos of him, actual videos of him doing things like in which Nick Fuentes pulls out a switchblade and starts randomly jabbing it in the air while talking about me. No, I don't think he's a mainstream conservative, and I think that it's to conflate mainstream conservatism with that kind of garbage. Thanks.
That video proved nothing. Like, that video proved nothing. It just proved that Nick's funny and that you're a seething bitch. You're retarded. You're a dumb bitch. Let's read the responses to your comments.
Haven't watched this yet, but I can already tell by your description that it's going to make me like him more.
Yeah, I think I'm a bigger fan now. I might
What the fuck
chat
you
tonight.
on at, Ethan? You're a fucking bigot.
You're a fucking bigot. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. How about you go make me a fucking cent? Nah, you're a kid. But fuck off. You're retarded.
No offense, pride person, but the YNs and super predators would grape you if they had the chance.
That's crazy. You shouldn't say that. I don't think they know that person's a kid. So I'm just gonna warn you, don't say shit like that. It's crazy.
You mean like Trumpy? Muskie?
You really are a retarded kid. You're a fucking idiot. Your parents must have drank or... Do you have a dad around? I doubt it. I mean...
Maybe a tiny portion of the Trump and Musk types. Falling victim to the other side is a dime a dozen. No arguing against the facts, don't even try to lie about it. Look up Trump essay and try to tell me otherwise.
Okay. We're gonna keep moving on with the comments.
Finally, someone not afraid to just tell the truth.
Yeah, we're gonna keep telling the truth. Thank you for your support. See, this next one I can't necessarily play because, maybe I can. I don't know. I don't want to get flagged.
Would chipper for all these violent animals.
Yeah, I think legal public executions by the government.
James I did some research on you. Are you Greek or Polish? Your last name sounds more Polish, and if so, I just want to say Polish people have a beautiful culture.
Greek and Italian.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you got to see your family. Hope you were blessed.
I was surprised it took 45 minutes to mention Israel.
Shut the fuck up.
Do you ever drink alcohol? Did you ever get drunk?
Yes, I have gotten drunk in the past. It was sinful. I've gone to confession, and yes, I do occasionally have a beer or a glass of wine or a little drink, but I do not get intoxicated. No, I don't anymore. Yeah, this is a better way.
DURRRUH did why whoever get DR on nigga? What is the benefit of this question and genuine question? Are you retarded?
I wish it read it how I'm reading it, which is did you ever get drunk? Making fun of Fidel. I love that response. Thank you for that.
What's the benefit of using two slurs to degrade people?
Shut the fuck up. You are too fucking sensitive and annoying. You are so fucking annoying. It's actually insane how fucking annoying you are. Like, it's painful how annoying you are. Alright, that's all these Spotify comments. Holy shit. Alright, let's go to the comments from YouTube, and then we will... This is on the Tucker video.
You are being led around, he's a spy.
Yeah, again, I don't follow Tucker like I follow Nick, and Nick's not a spy, but Tucker, he does have some weird CIA connections, but I think he's in the right direction now.
Love the show.
Thank you, I appreciate the support. Let's see, that's all on that video. We got one on this video.
In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I receive it.
Let's go. Christ is king. Christ is king. All right, let's go to Rumble.
Great show, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Always appreciate your support. It's one of our long-term listeners.
Love the show. Favorite Radiohead song?
I don't really listen to Radiohead, if I'm being honest. I know the song Creep. I'm not like the biggest fan in the world, but I know it. It's not a bad song either, but it's like, I don't know. I've just never I like a lot of like classic rock and roll. I like there's a couple rap songs I like. I like Yay. I like I don't know. I like some of these like AI remixes, like the Many Men 50 Cent AI 1950s club mix is kind of hard. I like it. A little bit of country, a little bit of indie. But yeah, I mainly listen to classic rock, if I'm being honest, you know. I'm a big classic rock guy. I just grew up on it, you know. It's what I used to listen to. I think that's all the comments we have. Holy shit. That was a lot of them. We're going to sign off today. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I hope everyone has a blessed day, a blessed night. Please remember to like, smash the follow button, rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. We'll read all the comments at the end of the show tomorrow on Tuesday. Please remember to scan the code, join our Telegram channel, stay updated on all things America Unfiltered and America First. Follow me on Instagram at America Unfiltered, at the America Unfiltered Show. Follow me on X at JamesAUTV. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. But with that, thank you guys. I hope you guys do have a blessed day, a blessed night, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you.